welcome to Soccer Night in Detroit. And tonight, in a titanic game in the USL Conference, Championship Conference, it's the big galactic battle between Detroit City FC, fourth place in the East Division, versus the top dog in the yard, or could I say the top lion in the yard, overlooking the West Kingdom, 10-point clear, first place with 61 points. And yes, Detroit City have to win this game. They have to, because it's not gotten knocking off New Mexico United will be no easy task. They haven't won a game since June, and 3 points critical because everybody's creeping up on us. Birmingham, big game. They won over Tampa Bay. They're a point behind at 38. Fading Indianapolis and Sturgeon, Rhode Island, they're 2 points behind us at 36. So, and we're still about 4 or 5 points behind Tampa Bay, who's been going for a slump lately. But let me tell you, 3 critical points would establish. If they win it, they could start to third place, hopefully. And considering the Kingdom in the East is a battle between Charlottesville and Louisville City, who clinched a playoff last week, and Nick Marquez, congratulations on the most goal scorers in a season, 25. He's going to break the record. They got 8 games left. So for DCFC, they have to win this game. And let's see what the recon report coming from Madcap. And by the way, God bless you and rest in peace, James Earl Jones, Michigan grad, class of 1955. And this is CNN. I couldn't fit it into the preview, so, well, this is what you get in the tag in. Madcap, it's all yours.
Angling for space, through now. Williams turns, fires, scores!
Morris the chip, and it's in! Ben Morris gives Detroit City a bolt of lightning on the road.
Settle back from Morris, it just came on. Cedeno falls in front, there's the goal! He's only just come into the game!
Just lets it go, redirected. Oh, what a stop by Saldana!
From Keyworth Stadium in Hamtramck, it's the first place, New Mexico United from the Western Conference, traveling in to take on Detroit City FC. Happy match day, Matt Cat here. Here on the pitch at Keyworth Stadium, getting ready for tonight's game between first place, New Mexico United from the Western Conference, and your Detroit City FC. Big match in the push to the playoffs. As you know, Detroit City sits in the 4th spot right now in the Eastern Conference. They are 4 points behind Tampa Bay and 1 point ahead of Birmingham Legion, 2 points ahead of the Indy 11th right now. New Mexico, they are 10 points ahead in the Western Conference, ahead of Sacramento Republic in that playoff race there. Just want to go over the team form as of late. New Mexico, they just been keep on keeping on. That's what they've been doing. 3-1-1 in their last 5 games, including a 1-0 victory over eliminated the Miami FC last Saturday. Their last loss was against the Oakland Roots, a 1-0 defeat there. They beat the now surging Colorado Springs Switchbacks 1-0 out at Widener Field. And then the last home win before last week's victory against Miami was a 3-2 victory over upcoming opponent Monterey Bay. And that was at the Lab in Albuquerque. Detroit's form as of late not been all that great. 2 draws, a loss, and 2 wins, but the draw at El Paso last week, and then a draw here at Keyworth Stadium. Insights into the match include the fact that Detroit City has scored 5 goals in their last 5. However, they haven't won here at Keyworth Stadium in their last 8 matches, dating back to June 15th when they took on Charleston Battery, beat them by a score of 2-0. New Mexico have scored 8 goals in their last 5 matches, and Miquel Aquile has created the most big chances so far for New Mexico United at 8 for this year. They have also been awarded the most penalties this year. So referee Eric Tattersall going to be watching out there tonight. Hopefully he won't find something in the box, because for either goalkeeper, whoever's starting tonight for Detroit City FC, it might not be too good of a time out there. But as I alluded to, the fact that Detroit City has had their issues here as far as winning games is concerned, I mean, nobody seems to figure out why. One thing that was alluded to, if you haven't listened to the latest episode of Make City Make Spence, that is available at themajors.com and also on the Majors YouTube page as well. And if you subscribe to their podcast, it's also available on there through the major podcasting platforms. But what Sean Spence from Words About Shapes, he alluded to the fact that this is a small place. Yes, it's a bandbox. And the fact that the midfielders are having issues trying to adjust to the shall we say, the width of the stadium here, and they seem more susceptible to losing 50-50 battles and not being able to dictate the play into the final third. And it's been a problem for them. And as you know, eight straight games in which Detroit City has not garnered a point. In fact, the best Detroit City effort, a lot of people would say that Tampa Bay game, that ended up being a loss. Probably, in my opinion, the last best Detroit City effort was holding off Nick Marcanic in the Charleston Battery. And that was probably one of the better matches of the year thus far. Detroit came into the season winning 3 straight matches at home in the cold, mind you, blah, blah, blah. They won their 4th with the Open Cup victory there. And ever since, it's just been, the questions have been raised. Why aren't we doing so well at home? Why aren't we doing, why aren't we defending our fortress like we did? I allude to the fact that, the small field being the reason why. Changing position with some players. Maxi Rodriguez, as hasn't scored a goal in 13 matches. A lot of it may be a positionary role as far as he goes. A lot of, people were surprised that he was not in the lineup last week in the draw against El Paso, but a lot of it may have to do with the fact that he's been moved to the position. And there's been a lot of tinkering around since the injury to Elvis Amo earlier in the season and against North Carolina. And the philosophy, the attacking style has changed. Ben Morse has gotten into a better role as a goal scorer. He scored 7 goals, tied with Maxi for the top spot in the Detroit City goal scoring race right now. So, the questions have got to get answered, especially if you're battling for a home playoff position, which we are. You've got to be able to hold serve at home, and we all know playoffs are a different animal. We saw that last year between Detroit City when Detroit City went over to Pittsburgh and defeated them 1-0. That's after the previous week controlling the game flow here, playing more well defensively. Detroit's going to play defensive. That's their main, shall we say, That's their main mantra. Good defensive football leads into good chances down at the other end of the pitch. And the problem is, as it has been in the last 8 games, is not being able to get it into the secondary third to get to the attacking third. And if you establish control in the midfield, you're going to get a lot better opportunities at the attacking third and more scoring opportunities throughout the match. So it'd be interesting to see that. Now, they're going to be playing a team that's going to be very tough on the road. Everybody, we've seen how Detroit City has been on the road as of late. So let's take a look at New Mexico United on the road here. Right now, they're second in the Western Conference. They have a 7-1-5 record on the road. That means they've had 5 losses on the road. However, they've had garnered 7 wins, a total of 15 points. So they're pretty solid on the road too. You don't get to be in first place in the Western Conference, or in any conference for that matter, without a good record away from your building. Grant you, 5 losses. It's still above 500. It's a -2 goal differential for them. So they've been giving up goals on the road. So 17-19 there as far as the plus minus goes on that. Now, comparison, Detroit City, 6-4-4, 6 wins, 4 draws, and 4 losses, 16 points on the road this year, +2 goal differential. So, but we're not on the road. We're here at Keyworth. Take a look at the home record this year for Detroit City at Keyworth Stadium. 4 wins, 5 losses, 4 wins, 5 draws, and 4 losses. +2 goal differential. So, we're at an advantage there. However, 17 points at home. 17 points at home, 22 away. I don't get it. I don't really get it. Usually good teams would defend their honor at home. Take, for example, the top dogs, the juggernauts, Lou City. 23 points on the road. At home, 36 points at home. They're doing well. Charleston Battery, 34 points at home. Away, 22 points, same as Detroit City. So they're doing well on the road. And I'd say part of the reason why, we're lucky to be in the top 4 right now is because of our away record. But like I said, you gotta hold serve at home. Whether it be maybe changing the scheme a little bit, maybe putting 4 midfielders out there to try to get ball control. That could be the case, and we've tried that. We've tried all kinds of different combinations. Whether instead of setting 3 in the back, maybe do like a 3-5-2 or something like that. Change the strategy one way or another. That way you get if you get the possession in the midfield and then you're able to move forward, you're bound to win more games that way. So we shall see what will happen there. But there's other games tonight of note as we look at the USL Championship schedule. Let me get one game here right off the get, right at the same time, 7 o'clock kickoff, taking place over at Segra Field. Birmingham Legion, who is 1 point behind us, takes on Loudoun United. Loudoun right now, they're 1-3 in their last 5 games. Birmingham's 2-0-3 in their last 5 games. So I don't know, something kind of good there. But Birmingham, big win on Wednesday night, beating Tampa Bay by a score of 2-0 down at Protective Stadium. Traveling on the road tonight. We shall see what happens there as far as that goes. Loudoun not in the greatest form right now, but their losses have come against Lou City, a 1-0 loss there, and then a loss to the Phoenix Rising, and a loss to the Oakland Roots. Oakland much in the playoff contention right now. They did beat Tampa Bay, however, on the road at Al Lane Stadium by a score of 2-0 on that one. So that'll be interesting to see. That's one game. That's the one game in close proximity that is on our radar tonight. Another one of these games is that it will be on our radar. Also, at the same time, El Paso travels to Indy to take on the Indy 11. Indy 11 has been struggling as of late. 0-2-3 in their last 5 matches. El Paso's starting to come and get it together a little bit. 2-1 in their last 5 matches there. So, can they pull off a surprise as much as they did? Favorably. For Indy 11, it's at home. However, things have been like falling apart for them. It's not like they had their they had their early season come the renaissance with the whole stadium thing, the MLS issue down there. Kind of brought them together a little bit. They had a good, decent cup run. And then all of a sudden the wheels just seem to fall off for them. So will the hard times continue down in Indy tonight for them, or is it a get right victory for the Indy 11 against El Paso, who's been playing some pretty good ball as of late too? Tampa Bay and Pittsburgh down at Al Lane tonight. Pittsburgh's been strong, unbeaten in their last 10 games. Can they go down to Tampa Bay and beat a side that's on the verge of, maybe everything's falling apart there? Looking at the form, it seems that way. Lost 4 out of their last 5 games. They've only had the 1 win. That was against the Miami SC. But 10 unbeaten is nothing to sneeze at, especially with Bob Lilly under the controls over there. So, should be an interesting one there. That will take place at 7:30. So that's around where we're at. That's how we're looking at as far as the schedule goes. Let me go a little deeper here with one more game. Let's see here. Rhode Island's traveling to Championship Soccer Stadium tonight over in Irvine to take on Orange County SC, who's been struggling as of late. But Rhode Island's been same as us, 2-1. So their last loss was in Pittsburgh last week. So maybe a bounce back game for them. We shall see. Another game that we want to look at here. Memphis hosts North Carolina FC. That's an 8:00 kickoff. North Carolina has a 2-1 record, same as New Mexico, or excuse me, Memphis. I'm sorry. Memphis, of course, they got their butts handed to them. Keep it clean here against Colorado Springs. That was the 3-1 victory there at Widener, and their last big victory was against Miami FC, 5-1 victory down there at Pitbull Stadium. So lots of stuff to look around to. But the main key here tonight is Detroit City. Can they finally get off the schneid as far as their home form? Can they finally get 3 points? Very important, because next week, guess who comes to town? That's right, Lou City, the top dogs in all of USL Championships. So very important to go against the team in first place. Back-to-back first place teams in consecutive weeks here for Detroit City FC. The question is here, how do you do it? How do you hold serve at home? Let's take a look real quick, though, at the head-to-head in this. New Mexico's 1-1. There's been 1 draw in this, so Detroit City has not had a history of winning. Last year, New Mexico United won at the Lab by a score of 1-0. And then when they played here in 2022, it was a 2-2 draw between the two sides. So like I said, we shall see what happens. It's interesting to see what the lineups are going to be. Of course, we'll be posting that, posting it on the Faithful page. Also, follow me at Motor City Mad Cat on Twitter. I will post the lineups there once they come out, and of course, I'll do a little video on TikTok once the lineups come out as well, and we'll go over that as we go along. Until we meet again, we'll be back here for post-match and analysis and whatnot on After Hours. And of course, we'll look at all the scores throughout the championship. A long night tonight, 12 games in the championship tonight. So until we meet again for After Hours, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the galaxy.